welcome to Natural 6.
I don't know about that.
Why?
No, I didn't like that one.
Because why? Now why?
There's
Why?
a tone to it that I didn't
think
feel
We're
very
going to
Harry
keep the bit in that
McEntire.
you said just before we went live that
About
you said to
fingers.
me.
Well, I think this is part of the problem, is that,
It's
and
a
I
bit
don't think we should
Divinity.
actually get into it, but like, because it'll all come out on the BTS. But we've been like,
I hope not.
it's been yes, some of it will come on the BTS, but we've just been having very, very, very childish conversations for
Yes.
like a good 15
A
minutes.
mature theme, but a
mature-
childish
Mature
conversation.
theme, but
Yes.
childish attitudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's us.
And then and so
That's Natural
I
Six.
say the kind of welcome to Natural 6 that I'd be happy to say in court or in front of
You say that in court?
front of the mayor.
Yeah.
And you
If you were
A
coming
jury-
on to the mayor,
Your Honour, first of all,
I would never do that to the mayor. I can't get close enough.
Your Honour, first of all, welcome to Natural 6.
You're right.
I plead not guilty.
But I think that was just like I think that was a we're just normal men, we're just innocent men moment actually
Yeah.
for me. And I think
No.
no, we
What did I
we were
let me try-
misreading it.
There was a bit of a milady
Welcome.
to it.
There was a bit of a milady.
oh no, this is a milady one. Hail and welcome. And you're welcome to Natural 6.
That I don't like.
High fantasy actual play show from some of the greatest. No, I
Yeah.
can't. I actually really struggle. I struggle.
Thankfully.
Could you play a fop?
Yeah. Oh baby.
Yeah.
Oh baby. I could play almost anything
Yeah.
apart from a credible romantic lead.
Did you play a fop?
All right.
Yeah, you can play a fop.
Everyone could.
Everyone
Everyone
could play a
could.
fop.
I
It was
don't
actually a
know
trick
that.
question to me
Yeah.
to see if I would admit to being the only actor who
loser.
can't, who doesn't know fop potential.
Welcome to Natural 6.
Yeah, welcome to Natural 6. Thank you very much for joining us for episode 39 of Our Adventures in the World
We say that we're not.
of Reliquia.
Okay.
Why do we? I know maybe I ask this a lot. Why do we do this?
It just started with a kind of sense of like, oh, it's mysterious.
I think it's actually my answer to Hail and Melmet, milady, is Reliquia.
Well, now you've ruined it.
No, because I do it with.
Paint it.
I think it has. It
whimsical.
carries. It also carries a little bit of like in my head, like the Ian Curtis Joy Division.
Transitional.
It's a little bit
I thought
cooler.
it was
It's a little
transitional,
bit
it's like-
cooler than that. Wibbly wibbly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go into
I
a
thought it
dream
was like
sequence.
magic.
Yeah, dream sequence.
Magic.
Yeah.
Do you think there are people that have only ever listened to this on audio then?
Yes.
No
Yes.
idea that we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
I think there are people. But I think you hear of Reliquia.
Yeah, I think you
you can
imagine.
hear the hand gesture. If you said, please ascribe a hand gesture to this sound, I think people would be more likely to do this.
Oh, they
than
went
would
this and this.
Yes, but it still carries
No,
that
it's
same.
the international symbol for
But it died.
Reliquia.
In the world of
Yeah.
liquid.
That's the banana. That's the banana.
That's the
Yeah.
banana from.
It's like the international for like.
Is it
can I get a
Balatro or
check?
Balatro?
Oh yeah, these.
Yeah, can I
which
get-
nobody
Many
ever does.
people say Balatro. I have
Say
been contractually obligated to call it
Balatro.
Balatro.
That's what I call it.
Because it's
Balatro.
after the historical jesters Balatrones,
Italian.
Italian.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all about knowledge sharing around this.
Yeah,
thing,
no, it's
isn't
really
it?
nice.
Like
I
the
really
things
liked
we
it.
learn, I think they're so important for personal growth.
I love the rings today. I don't
I
think
love
I've ever
the
noticed
shirts
them
as
before.
well.
You know what it reminds me of? And this is a sequence that I've been thinking about. I was thinking about it yesterday in the car. I can't remember why. Do you remember in the Disney Robin Hood when they
Yes.
steal,
Yes.
they steal King John's
Fucking
jewels
Yes.
by kissing them off his
Yeah.
rings?
I always
Do that
wanted
and
to be able to
you'll be
do
in so much
that.
trouble.
Yes.
Kissing the stones off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm vibing with?
Not on dry land.
Well, your outfit is giving that
It's very regal.
very regal, and it's giving that thing of you know when it's like you're not going to a Ren fair, but it's like Ren bounding, and it's that vibe
Like
of
Disney bounding.
Yeah,
Like,
like
to me,
Disney
to me,
bounding, throwing like a Ren
to me,
fair.
it
It's
feels
that
like
kind of-
you look like you're from a new fantasy Tudor show that would make genuine historians furious.
Yeah.
From the trailer alone,
Yes.
there would be furious reaction videos like
was the one
they
about
didn't
the
even
fairy
have
Scott?
until.
The favorite.
No, it was a TV show, and it was more of when they were in France. Let me tell you, there are some incredible costumes.
Oh, wait,
None of them are historically accurate.
Yeah. Like what? There was one called
There was one called The Tudors.
Yes, well, that was the famous one with
Yeah.
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That
yeah.
was what kind of broke
Natalie
him.
Dormer,
And Natalie
loads
Dormer,
of
yeah.
people like,
I love.
Sexy.
I've watched that 100,000 times.
Because people fuck a lot in it.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, there's some fucking in it.
There's not no fucking in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much like
That's
this
the
show.
only people.
No, this
No, I don't think we've ever.
We,
well,
we don't do that in the show.
I
we do
don't-
it around the show.
Yeah.
I genuinely think
So if you want to come in as an MCM,
One
Yeah.
step against the refrigerator.
I don't think
nice.
it's. I think
That
there's something
refrigerator
quite.
would
I think there's
work.
something quite unedifying about people describing
Yeah, we don't want that.
conjugal.
Again, not on dry
I just
land.
feel it's
No,
disappointing.
not
No,
dry
dry
land.
land.
There must be people who are disappointed about it. Because again, this is the intro. This intro's been going for a long time.
5 minutes, 18
A
seconds.
lot of
according
stuff
to my
has happened in
stopwatch.
this episode, and we've chosen to kind of talk about this.
I think you've got to get out your system, though. I think
Yeah,
we
we do.
couldn't, if we go to a table with this energy built in, disastrous episode. We have to get it out so that we
Otherwise,
can...
the character's back.
No, then we'd be fucking.
Yeah,
But we
would
just
be
take
fun.
this into the live stuff. If you want to see us live, then this is what you get.
Yeah.
Oh,
essentially,
it's
is
very
the entire-
this.
is the
It's very
whole
this for
thing.
2 hours, and you can't leave.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
You're literally stuck in that room. We lock the doors.
There's going to be so much lore.
Oh.
Oh no!
We haven't,
Law.
introduced our characters yet.
Oh.
Keep your powder.
Hi.
I'm glad someone's.
Welcome
I'm glad
back.
someone's
Let's
leading.
Let's say hi to our heroes.
Hello, I'm Aoife Wilson, and I will be playing Dolly de Winter, the Tiefling Bard.
Hello, I'm Alex Jordan, and I'll be playing I, the Kobold Rogue.
Hello, I'm Doug Cockle, and I'm playing Kelmus, the Dragonborn Druid.
Hi, I'm Hollie, and I'm playing the human fighter Elwyn Grenweird.
I'm Ben Starr, and I play Radiant Thornbear, the Wood Elf Wizard.
And I'm Harry McEntire, and I'll be delivering all of my lines with hand gestures. Shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons? Yay! Last time.
No, please.
No.
You
Yeah.
began in the caves beyond the old dark, bent on discovering what lurked in the depths.
Stop it.
Yes, keep
I
going.
hate this.
All but I, the character, not me, bolstered themselves with a dose of hortensia.
Please don't.
So that you might be able to resist the ever-strengthening power of the somnium mushrooms that flourished in the darkness. You arrived at a fork in the path, one way leading to dim light and the scent of hortensia.
That
A
moved me.
faint scratching sound emanating from t'other. I stuck to the shadows and investigated the dimly lit tunnel, discovering that it led to a large cave in which the Gloam had made camp. Hey! That's the button. A cluster of tents were surrounded by perfumed braziers, while Gloam warriors removed the very last traces of somnium from their space. After I relayed this information to the rest of you, there was talk of a frontal assault, but eventually you decided to collapse the tunnel that led there, hoping to trap the Gloam in their own camp. A combination of shatter and silence from Dolly did most of the work, ignoring the thunder immunity that silence gives to rock, before Radian brought down the last few rocks with a magic missile. You headed down towards the sound of scratching, the sound originating from a cave entrance barricaded with abandoned minecarts. Radian tabled the idea of releasing whatever it was into the lower tunnels, but after some discussion you agreed it was best not to introduce further chaos for the time being. As the path led further into the earth, Dolly began to feel the effects of somnium for the first time, before you all emerged into a great cavern filled with towering somnium caps. At the far end was a natural raised bridge in the rock, with a group of Gloam gathered around a fire of pale flame, each holding a bound and gagged member of the Children of the Midnight Moon. You could hear a voice intoning in the semi-dark, and as you stood in the opening to the cave, your eyes adjusting, you realized that the voice belonged to one with whom you are all familiar, the Spinner. The lieutenant of the Spider Prince was the one referred to by the Gloam as Teller, and it was he who was leading whatever ritual you had interrupted. As battle began, the Gloam were intent on putting the Children of the Midnight Moon to the sword, whilst Radian attempted to cast Polymorph on the Spinner. When his adversary rolled a nat 20 on the save, Radian drew from the deck of many friends, a creation, it seemed, of the Spinner himself. He called forth the soul of Prince Belemnor Belompa Makonnen. Prince Bel emerged, an almost skeletal human with deep, soulful eyes and a brash grin, though the grin was replaced by a mask of horror once he looked upon the spinner. Leaving his magical drum with Radian, Bel fled. I was doing so well. Bel fled the battlefield as fast as he was able to. The rest of you joined the battle. More of the children of the Midnight Moon falling to the blades of the gloam. As each sacrifice fell, the spinner appeared to pull their souls into a deck of cards. You fought to save them. Another gloam weapon flashing in the firelight, Elowin's new greatsword. I had crept close enough to attack the spinner, but found his efforts blocked by some kind of magical barrier. When you slew a member of the gloam, the spinner took their soul into the cards as well, using the power of 9 souls to open the gate, a rift of darkness like a wound in the world appearing in the air above the pale fire. Radian was still hell-bent on besting the spinner, and when he once again passed a wisdom saving throw, the Eladrin drew once more from the deck of many friends. This time it was Grizza who was summoned forth, a capable and resourceful kobold who was able to reveal the spinner's remaining health, as well as his resistances and immunities. With that done, Radian attempted to convince her to speak with himself, and though he did not succeed, Grizza did offer words of encouragement to Ai before she turned to dust and left this plane. As you continued to dispatch as many of the gloam as you could, the spinner attempted to gain control of your minds, Elowin and Dolly falling under his influence and attacking Radian, though the wizard's new staff of defense proved vital as it prevented him taking damage. As more of the gloam fell, Dolly slipped into a waking dream, and the spinner attempted to maintain his concentration on the ritual, taunting Kelnis over the death of his parents. Then he offered the newly dead a bargain. He would spare your lives should you give him Kel's amulet, as well as the deck of many friends. When you refused, he opened a rift of endless darkness, and a creature of splintered bone and torn flesh emerged into the mortal plane. The remaining gloam, a chap called Carl, was so overwhelmed by this horrifying arrival that he began to attack it along with the rest of you. The rift successfully opened, the spinner began to focus on damage dealing, downing Kelnis, Elowin and Radian with chain lightning, attempting to trap their souls in cards as the rest of you looked on. Dolly, waking from her somnium-induced reverie, brought Radian back with a healing word. I then used a new spell, Gift, to revive Kelnis before Dolly also fell, both her and Elowin being brought back by their companions. Now finally, back to your full complement of warriors, you focused down on the monstrous creature, Elowin delivering the killing blow. As the beast slumped to the floor, the spinner turned to you, stating that despite this apparent victory, there was so much that you had yet to learn, that the darkness goes on and on. And then a new voice was heard in the cavern, the voice of a god. Themself appeared, calling the spinner by the name Moloch, and reminding him that themself's power outweighed his in this mortal plane. The spinner stated that there was already a being in the Feywild that would bring about its downfall. The shadow will flood. With that, the spinner teleported into the rift and disappeared. And that's where we are now. So you stand before a turbid rift filled with writhing, boiling dark. Around you are the fungal-infested forms of the children of the Midnight Moon, the body of something previously unimaginable, and the last remaining god of the mortal plane.
You is here. I should have been here before. You should. But why now? I wanted to create a world that would not fall to darkness. I failed. I wish to keep you safe, all of you, I failed. I tried to convince myself that what I was doing was best for our tribe.
What's made you see?
The strength of those made by my hand. Parvas. You. Many others. And the strength of those.
And he takes in the rest of you, looking round.
The strength of those not made by my hand. My children and the children of the others had the courage to face what I could not. And I felt alone. Again.
I wants to walk up and hold out an upheld palm. Bows his head towards themself.
And themself reaches out in a way that a kobold does to an equal. It gives their hand to you, brings your hand to their snout.
And I returns the gesture.
What can we know about a Moloch? All of this? What does you know?
Moloch is of the vile.
And that thing?
This.
And themself looks at this mass of sort of broken, bleeding chaos.
This is of the Shadowfell. It was made and served its master, the god of death.
If we is to reliquie, this is likes to the Shadowfell, or this is something's more.
The vile cared not for their creations as we did ours. There were things made that were twisted after making, remade in darkness, remade for greater power or control. Forever, they wanted only weapons. This is one.
And how has a god of death been running things and controlling things in Reliquia for so long?
Because of me. I fear.
Because of you.
I have put all the power I have.
And themself looks around, gesturing up at the cave, and not just the cave, but the mushrooms and the gems.
I have put all I have into this place. I have made it a place of great and powerful magic for centuries. That power could be used against me. And with Moloch and the Vile using all they had, They must have forced a way through. Here, where that power was strongest.
How long has you known a Moloch is the spinner?
I did not. I see that the web seems part now of his plan, but this I did not know. I did not sense it when he first broke through. But in these last weeks and months, I have felt a shadow. A terrible shadow. And I tried to convince myself it was not what I feared. But I knew.
What's their plan? I mean, if control is what they wanted, they had that already.
And it's not control, is it? It's just tearing down worlds because you can. Taking what people have and people love and ripping it apart because you can.
Can't they?
You see, themself takes a long, slow breath. And as they exhale, their face is briefly shrouded in this multicolored, shimmering steam and smoke that you first saw across the fire in the histories.
While I remain. While the power of God is in these stones. More may come.
You said yourself, you need a god to fight a god. You can't hold them back all by yourself.
No.
So what?
Give what I have to those that need it. Perhaps.
I thinks that if a reliquie is going to stand, they will need the kobolds.
They will.
I thinks we has many things we can offer them.
We can.
The somnium. Can the kobolds? Can they stop the chain? The somnium, it does not hurt. It does not touch the kobolds. They can't be put to use.
I had not thought of this.
Neither had I. That's brilliant, I.
Perhaps there is something in us. But how? I do not know.
First, the deep tunnels, the somniums. Maybe the kobolds can break it down.
Need to get the children out of there.
The kobolds are many and they are sneaky. Surely if anyone can get the children free, it is them. Whether God. And once the children is free, no one is in a better place to break down the chains of somnium than the kobolds.
And if the children of the Midnight Moon can partner with the kobolds, they can do the above ground work.
If they choose to.
Themself looks around at these extraordinary, vivid, luminescent caps of mushrooms around them.
I think it is my presence that makes these flourish. I can remove them. There is a way.
You said you wanted to give your power to others. To help. What did you mean?
Themself gives a very sort of brief smile, and for a moment just looks like a little kobold. It's almost like you can see in this conversation that like a weight is gradually lifting from them, like someone coming out of a mental fog with a little bit of clarity.
This rift,
And they point at this boiling black.
was made by a god. Only a god may unmake it. The divine power of the virtuous lived in our children. And we were ripped from the world one by one, with no moment in which to pass that on. But I think that there is a different way.
In what way is that?
I will show you.
And himself takes a few steps towards this rift. And then they turn back to I, and they say,
They will need guidance. They know too much and yet too little. The world has been unkind. Help them keep themselves safe.
and then they turn. And they walk towards the rift. This writhing seam of endless black, like a wound between worlds. And as they approach, as you watch, this rift begins to jerk and twist, spews out these tendrils of darkness that widen and contract as the last of the virtuous approaches. This darkness reaches out to wrap around this small body. And before the darkness themselves is dazzling. All colour, all light, the shades and shadows of all living things. And the colour and the dark and the light begin to tumble and tangle with one another. And themself breathes out, and their breath is golden vapour and steam like a new rainbow, and the darkness wraps around that breath and chokes it from the world. And the colours of themselves are stripped and torn from their body like rivers of fresh paint, and they twist kaleidoscopic, and they whirl within the deep black, living black, flooding black of the Shadowfell. And themself turns, white as the new moon, and their eyes meet yours, and they are a little kobold, looking at a little kobold from a little cave on the far side of a big world.
I leave what I can behind. With you.
And himself looks at Elwyn and Cal and Radian and Dolly.
and with your tribe. And then he smiles, unafraid. And they leap into the rift. And in that moment that they leap into the rift, there's stasis. And then something moves towards you. Invisible, but palpable. And it breaks on you like a wave, staggering and ferocious, and you are infinitely small before it. And it's as if it shatters and reshapes everything within you. And then the world explodes into colour. Strands of it like spider webs, and then whole washes of it. It's as if you're moving through the spectrum of everything that light can become. And you're aware of the sensation of falling, or perhaps it's rising. It's hard to tell because up and down and left and right and the rock and the rift and the mushroom have disappeared. They're replaced by blue and red and gold and purple and yellow and green. Can everyone roll me wisdom saving throws apart from I?
$22.
22.
8.
8.
21.
21.
17.
17. Okay. All of you but Elowen can be part of the first part of this. We will keep re-rolling. I. As you watch these colours wash and stretch and twist, you realise that you can move through them. Or perhaps you can bring them closer to you. But either way, they're before you. Colour. I'd like you to roll me a D. No, it's okay, actually. Roll me a D6. Okay.
I wouldn't have called that cocked before.
What was it?
No, it was a 6 before.
Yeah. It's not necessarily
Yeah,
good.
you don't want to find that little table he's got up behind her.
Okay.
It was just slightly up.
You see gold, red, purple, blue, green, and yellow. What do you reach for?
I'm gonna. This is like. Feel free to say that this isn't a possibility. I'd like to close my eyes, and I'm gonna kind of almost in a way let the dice decide, and whichever one feels like it's sort of like an
instinctive. Which one do you need?
Yeah.
Roll me an Arcana with advantage.
Okay, there
Good
you
way
go.
of gaming the system.
Yeah,
there,
right?
Yeah, no, I
You
like
decide, DM.
Yeah.
18.
that. Okay. You reach for the gold.
Okay.
And as you reach for the gold, Dolly and Kelness and Radian, you see I move towards the gold. And whether it's through force of will, or something in I that pulls you closer, or something in what themself is left behind, you move towards it with him. Elowen, this magic is strange, and it is powerful in ways that none of you have ever encountered. And your first thought is to sort of almost try to resist it, this strangeness, and you just lose sight of them as they disappear into this gold.
Here is what you all who follow I see. You are in a world of shifting mist. A world that is featureless and ageless and forever. Without light or dark, without colour and shadow. You are part of a circle of figures hovering just above the mist-wreathed barren ground. And within that circle are a group of creatures huddled together, their eyes hollow and fearful in the emptiness. Kobolds, dragonborn, elves, gnomes, and others the likes of which you've never seen before. And you recognise some within that group. You see Niven, half transformed into their lupine form, teeth bared as they circle around their companions, the fur on their back stood on end as their head dips low, bared teeth sharpening and lengthening as you watch. A flock of ravens twist and dart above the head of Ravenna Snacks. Jaxie Flaxie dashes in different directions, trying to find a means of escape, his path blocked as if by an invisible wall. Erastus Gracie is statuesque and unblinking, his head turning with calm consideration as others around him attempt to fire off spells or rend the transparent barrier before them with claws or teeth or weapons. Amongst them, Rebulast Markov, a war cry ripped from her lips and lost to silence. You watch as Sabanzu Ma reaches out a hand to an Eladrin, clad in shimmering golden armor. The Eladrin takes Sabanzu's hand and the two of them blink out of existence before reappearing slammed against the barrier, collapsing to a heap at the base of it. A wizened, wild-haired, almost totally bearded gnome who seems to hold a collection of everyday items in his orbit calls down a storm of lightning to no avail. And you seem to be in control of your vision here. And you look to your left and right, and some of the figures that make up the circle outside this melee, again, you recognize. Although the version of them that you saw is very different to the version that you see now. Aurum, Thaelon, Ullin, Norvar, Persephone, every one of the virtuous. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. Completing the circles are others that you don't know. A pale woman, high cheekbones, black hair, sharp, twisting twin canines that protrude slightly over deep red lips. A tall elf, their skin somewhere between purple and black, dark veins like snowflakes and spider webs across their face and hands. Their mouth curves into a smile as they watch the frenzied struggle taking place within the barrier. A humanoid-sized rabbit with fur coloured like the leaves of an autumn forest casts their eyes down as the panic in the huddle intensifies. What did you get?
A 22.
You know who that is. That is Estes. You don't know where the name comes from, but Radian, you see Estes, the Herongon. You see Iacta, the Gif. You see Sheer, the Tabaxi, Sadim, the Changeling, Kairos, the Asimar, Woad, the Furbolg, and Ursulus, the bear, the lycanthrope.
I unwittingly and without any sort of understanding of why, I just shout out Estes at the top of my lungs, calling out.
And you shout as loud as you can, and the rest of you hear nothing. You hear your voice in your head, and you look down at your hands, and your hands are scaled and small. And a voice from the other side of the circle calls out to shatter the silence. You who we chose. You who betrayed us.
You who would not keep the peace, now you have your reward.
It's the spinner. It's Moloch. He holds up a deck of cards. And as the barrier drops, you are met by a wall of screams and panic and cries of rage, and then it's as if the sound is captured again, and it moves like a wave out from the creatures in the centre and towards Moloch like an arrow through the endless nothingness of this place. And then the now silent figures themselves begin to shift and tremble, fading as if a shadow grows within them, bursting out to dull the colour of all that they are. Their features give way to shadow, to dust, and then the dust hangs silent in the air for a single breath before it slams into the cards, turning them to blue and gold and shimmering light. And Ulin holds her head in her hands, and Moloch speaks.
It is done.
And then this great bear that you recognise, Ursulus, steps forward. Ashen-furred, huge paws from which claws extend like scimitars. They tower over Moloch, they tower over the virtuous, over all but a huge humanoid the size of Rebulast Markov, an axe wreathed in black flame resting on her shoulder. Bear extends a paw to Moloch, who holds their gaze and hands over the deck of many friends. And then the bear turns to address the circle.
This will be held in our keeping. The foul have the book, and you.
And the eyes of the vile, the wild, and the virtuous turn as one. To you, I, to you, Dolly, to you, Calnis, to you, Radian, they all look at the same set of eyes.
You have the amulet. This will be the last time we are all here.
They look up at this sky.
Look at what we have done to this place that was once full of life. Endless emptiness. This is what war will bring should we succumb to it again.
And Moloch gives a dismissive flick of his hand.
The shadow will flood.
He is gone, and the other vial go with him. And then you watch as Ursulus the bear turns to Theolon. And their fierce features begin to soften.
There is always a home for you where you once dwelt. The trees of the free forever remember the hands of those that shaped their roots.
And then the bear is gone, and with them the wild. And only you, a little kobold god, and the rest of the virtuous are left alone in the always nothing of Sentiasa. And then the scene turns to gold, and then that gold fades and is replaced by the colours that remain. And you rolled a 2, right? You can pick one more. You have red, purple, blue, green, and yellow.
I'm gonna go red.
Everyone roll me wisdom saving throws apart from I.
13.
12.
12.
17.
All just past 12. Red. Okay. The world is fresh at the foot of the mountain. A vast and verdant crater. A green world new made, but not yet filled. And the virtuous stand considering all that they have brought forth. It is spring, in every sense it is spring. The wind rolls in from the Alanites and sweeps up the slopes of Atria. It blows Ristrin's black hair across his heart-shaped face. Alrum stares up at the far-off peak of the mountain, the sky sea-blue bright. This will be the site of Alvelia, says Alrum. A home for us, and a home for those who wish to join us. And with your eyes looking out of themselves, you look around and you feel stillness that you sense you feel for the first time in longer than you can remember. All the faces that you wore, all the risks you took, and it scarcely seems believable that after all the pain that led here and all that loss, you finally arrived at something, at somewhere good. Aurum turns his scaled face to you. There are things we must say. Questions that must be answered. Without really knowing how or why, the wind feels a little colder on your arms.
By whom?
You hear your own voice ask. By you. It's Ignace who speaks. Her red hair blazing against the green of this new-made world. We fear what you may have become. Though the words that emerge from your mouth are unconscious, you can feel them forming in your body.
What does you mean?
Then the voice of Alakash cuts through the wind. You were longer with them than you were with us. Not be so surprising if you'd been seduced by honeyed words, my friend. It would not be your failing, but a marker of their power. I doubt any one of us would have been strong enough to... And then he breaks off and he gestures around to the others as if looking for help, and Ullin steps forward. She places her hand on your shoulder. She bends her head so that her eyes are level with yours. You must tell us. If you harbor any of their darkness within you, your heart is quickening.
No, never. I waited all this time.
And Ullin stands and addresses the others. Unless we are certain, we cannot punish them. Aurum's expression hasn't changed. It is not punishment, it's preservation. And then Norvar the orc speaks, as ever without fear or favour, but with steady consideration. What the world needs is certainty. We must protect what we have made, and your throat is tightening.
What of Thalon? Among us stands the once wild, and yet you still turn your suspicion onto me.
Thalon stands strange and serene, her robes blooming with flowers as she shakes her head. I have sacrificed everything to be here, she says. Half of my children now reside in the Fae, and I cannot reach them. And then the halfling Penelope is beside her. Her face is lined with care. She has proven herself true. She has lost so much. And Ullin's voice is raised now. So too has themself. I know the truth from a lie. I see none in them. I am certain of it. Aurum raises his voice so that it is level with Ullin's. Words echoing off the mountains. You do not have the knowledge of themself that others here have, Ullin. Your heart is true, but you do not see all things clearly. The shadow can hide much. And you look to Ristrin. And you look to Alakash, those that were your longest companions and only trusted confidants in all the time that you were in the deepest halls of your enemies. And you say, after all we have done. Alakash breathes hard and gnaws at the inside of his lip. Ristrin will not meet your gaze, busies himself with a scorched leather apron. You were gone so long, and when we saw you, it was as if you'd drifted further from us and further from us. It means closer to them. And you realize your face is wet. A breath catches in your throat.
But which tribe?
Ristrin blinks hard, still fussing with his apron. You look around at the faces of your fellow gods. In Ullin you can read anguish, guilt in Alakash, regret in Penelope, perhaps even in Norvar too. Thalon looks at you with something approaching sympathy. Aurum is a mask of studied neutrality. Ignace holds her chin high as she breaks the silence. You belong to many tribes. You were many people. You have forgotten yourself. She gestures to a pendant worn on a length of soft leather around your neck. You remove the pendant and throw it to the ground. And your heart is a storm in your chest.
I need me no one else. I am themself.
And you turn away. And the colour for all of you fades and the world returns, and with it the cave and darkness and the embers of a white fire above which a now closed wound rent the world, and withered mushrooms and broken gems, and a vast body of something from somewhere else. And in the air before you, like dust trapped in a sunbeam, there are tiny motes of coloured light. And as you watch them, they seem to move towards you. And every time you breathe, they draw closer and closer, the colour growing until the dust flows over you. And to end the story time, here's what you get. You now all have the ability to cast Disguise Self once per day. The DC is your spell save or 13, whichever is lower. Next time you long rest, you can all choose to put 1 point in either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. You gain proficiency in one of history, arcana, or survival. And once per long rest, you can channel the divine essence of themself. And that's mechanically complex, so I will explain it properly later.
Oh my god. Prayers up, thanks themself.
And Carl says,
Whoa!
As a caster,
I don't know, something amazing, I guess.
What can we see before us?
So you see that the... roll me a perception.
14.
14. You see that the rift is closed. It's gone. And then there's this noise like rain. Like rain on a metal roof. And you then realise that or rain on armour, really. And you look up and you realise it's gems dropping from the ceiling of the cave and dropping to some shatter, some bounce on the stone floor. And as you look up, you realise how dark it is in here suddenly. And the light that was left by these mushrooms has faded. And they look like the mushrooms that surrounded Knox's treehouse. As if they've dried, decayed. As if something has removed their life from them. And the creature is still there, this body. And Carl is still there. And I believe one member of the Children of the Midnight Moon is still there.
As amazing as that was, feels like the wrong time to be left godless.
Is we left godless?
Himself was the last one.
I feel something of themself in us.
I hope that's enough.
Well, most of Reliquia has been godless for a while.
True. Just, you find out the god of death's been wandering around for who knows how long.
Everyone but Reliquia seems to still have their gods. So, lucky us.
Mm-hmm.
Do gods really die? Or have they just returned to Sentiasa?
What does it matter if the gods don't help you anyway?
They're not here.
There can be no more help to us anyway. Sentiasa or otherwise. Reliquia is on its own.
It's not on its own.
No.
It has gods kill us.
It is the 5 of us, and I don't know how much that is really worth.
5.
It's the highest number you've counted for a while, so I'll let you have it. But
Hey, against 1, maybe 2 pantheons?
Reliquia has never known a fight. It's never known a war. It's never known a battle.
We have.
We have, and we still need help to make it through that one.
Yeah.
Carl.
Let me go down to my section. This member of the Gloam, this guy, the one remaining adversary that you had that then seemed to change allegiance when...
Consider his options.
Consider his options. Look at all the contracts that were being put on the table in front of him before he signed. Is just frozen.
Come here, Carl.
This all kind of automatic following of orders looks at you, and you can see behind the mask that his eyes are wide.
Sit down.
He sits down.
What did they tell you?
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. He's just sort of staring into space. And he says, This can't be real.
It's very real.
Oh, it's real. And you and everyone else in the Gloam has done nothing but help this.
He's kind of lucky you are still here.
Kelmus walks over to Carl, reaches down and pinches his left arm really hard.
Wakes up, Carl.
Now he reaches up and takes his mask off. And he's a human. Red hair, slim face, little beard. I know you. I know you. Is it true?
No.
They told us so many things. They told us... I don't know what to think.
Most of what they told you is probably a lie.
They told us that the virtuous were dead. They told us that the Feywild and the Shadowfell lay beyond here.
Mm-hmm.
This is... Okay, so first, this is true. This does not set, precedent.
And you were willing to kill for this?
They were more fungus than people, these that we found.
What were you willing to kill for? What did they promise you that was worth tearing apart Reliquiae?
It's not. It wasn't quite told to us like that. He sort of throws his hands in this sort of gesture of like, I don't know what you want me to... He says, I'm a 4th generation shoemaker. And I was poor, and my father was poor, and his father was poor, and his father was poor. And we made shoes. And all the time, we were being lied to. And we were working and falling sick and dying and loving people and losing them, while those in power knew the truth. And when someone told me the truth and told me that the best thing would be to take those who've had their boots on our heads and pushed us into the mud when they told me that the way to make sure that my daughter doesn't have to make shoes well, what would you do?
Not that.
There's some truth to it, sure. Shoemaking's an honorable trade.
A good pair of boots can take you far.
Can I look at his boots?
Really good boots.
Really good boots.
Yeah, they're really good boots.
Nice.
For a second, you were genuine. I know this, Alex. You were contemplating taking this, and then you realised you're a kobold,
And yours are magic.
Honestly, what I was contemplating was trying to show him how nice his own boots were, but then honestly, I was like, he doesn't need to be shown that. He knows how good
He knows how good his
And
boots
what, to show him your magic boots would just be
Yeah.
would make it worse, arguably.
Yeah, these was given to me.
What are you going to do now, Carl?
I don't know. Have a good long think, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah.
You are idealistic.
Why does Carl get to walk out of here?
He doesn't.
Oh, good. You're
Carl.
better than me then, aren't you? You're better than me.
Carl gets to choose.
Choose what?
You chose what you thought was right, but now you've seen. You know the truth.
Do you? Let's recap. What do you know, Carl?
That the virtuous lied to us.
That's true.
That they were dead.
That's also true.
That those in power knew they were dead.
Yeah.
For hundreds of years, they did nothing about it.
What do you expect them to have done?
Told the truth. Like they always preach to us.
You
How many
also-
forges of Ullin have you stood in and heard them preach truth from the pulpit?
You also know that Moloch is the god of death and serves the vile.
I fucking do now.
Would you rather work for dead gods who were good? Or vile gods?
You're gonna tear the world apart. No one's gonna need shoes then.
I agree with everything you've just said. I've had no love for the gods, ever. They've done nothing but lie. But even I haven't chosen to do what you've done.
You probably had less to gain than me.
Who were you in the gloam?
Just a guy.
No, you weren't. You were here. You were someone. Who are you?
I said I'd do it.
Who's in charge?
Down here.
The gloam. We hear of these rings, this network. Who's in charge of the gloam?
Oh, I wouldn't be told, but I assumed it was Teller. The Moloch. It's the only name I ever really heard was Teller. But if you're asking who it is down here, it's Zadus.
Zadus. Where's Zadus?
In the camp.
The one just up there.
And they roll me. What are you trying to? Are you trying to imply something, or are you just asking a question?
I'm asking a question.
Okay. Roll me insight.
No, it doesn't even know.
Did it just slam into all your other dice?
Jumped up on top of them.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
It's a great question.
Looks. You see. Carl try to not look afraid and then fail. What do you know? What have you done up there?
You saw what we did down here.
They're not all bad people.
No, they're not, but they do bad things. I'm not judging your character, Carl. I'm judging what you do.
I'm judging his character.
I'm also judging his character.
I'm saying what you do matters. Not who you are, not who you think you are, but what you do.
What do you want?
I want to know how the rings work. I want to know everything about how your network is arranged.
Someone comes and finds you.
when you agree to be part of it, someone comes and finds you, and they send you where they want you to go. You're told to meet by a certain tree in a certain tavern. Someone approaches you, they hand you a mask. And then that's it, you're in the ring.
Call signs, identifiers.
We don't use names for one another. We might say, Zadis is unusual. Zadis realised that down here we needed a little bit more camaraderie than normal. Strange work. Normally you'd call your leader first. Just the first. And then beneath them the second. And so on. I'm one of the fourths.
In Baroon?
I
That's what
know.
all this was for, right? Farming somnium. What's happening in Baroon?
I'm just a fourth.
And there is more fourths.
Mm.
That doesn't get confusing.
No, it
when
really
you...
does. It really does. It's a
don't understand how you can, because that doesn't make
It's a clerical
sense.
nightmare, but we won't look too deeply
Just say
into it.
fourth. This is, you see, we have, and you just say you, and it makes sense.
How many to a ring?
Depends how tight the ring is. Could be anywhere from 6 to 20.
How many in this ring?
8.
Are there multiple rings here?
Yes.
What's your ring called?
Horizon.
How are they named?
The ones I know, Horizon, Afresh. One called Sunrise. I've heard of one called Dawn.
Are we boring you, Carl?
No, not at all.
What do you want to happen after this?
I want to walk away.
Do you? Where do you want to go?
Anywhere. Home.
Where's home?
Escalon. See my daughter.
Yeah, we'd all love to go home, Carl, but with what you guys have been up to, there's an awful lot of, there's an awful lot of chance there'll be one left for anyone.
Tell that to Trask. She kept it from us as much as anybody else.
Oh, really? It's her fault, is it?
She knew.
Wow.
They all knew. They knew the gods were dead. The council have known for centuries.
Does you thinks you stops making shoes if you knows the gods is not dead and you thinks everything's just changes at once?
You might have to run the question by me again.
It's a very odd question.
It's extremely odd.
You want to translate it as Alex?
Draconic.
No, I think
Kobold
he's
draconic.
like, do you not think you'll still, what do you think changes after
Yeah,
the gods
That's
are
the
dead? You
ends
still
of
have
it
to
all.
make shoes.
You knows that the gods is dead. What you thinks that's the very fabrics of everything's just changes and suddenly his use is lifted up and use is no longer making shoes and everyone's is in a great place.
Change the power of change those who hold the power at the top. I am what I am because my father is what he was.
Carl, you've been lied to.
No. Yeah, but
You've been lied to, Carl.
Again. For a second time.
And everybody needs shoes.
People in power lie. It's what they do. It's how they hold on to power. Trying to change that, but something will always come to fill the vacuum. It's what you do with it now. I'd advise what you do doesn't include getting in our way.
you'll have more problems than me.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen half of them. Gods, other worlds, the fact we have now no gods left, and horrendous monsters that like to wander on through. Yeah, we've got more problems than you, Carl.
But we could use your help.
You have no idea, do you?
What?
You don't even know.
No, what?
The war.
Brack surrendered. And you remember Brack is the orcish city in the northwest. And Trask and the rest of the council contradicted the sinless. Said that you weren't killers of gods, and that Barabask was lying. And Barabask declared war.
When?
Him and what army?
Fortis Legion. Us.
Of course.
Us.
When did this happen?
Weeks ago.
We've been hiding in caves so long.
It's the whole world. You didn't know.
Of course we didn't know.
Why, of course? Why am I the only one who's foolish when I don't know things? But it's obvious that you couldn't.
We've been
Lied to?
lied to.
Ah.
I'm dealing
We haven't been lied to.
So you got what you wanted then? You was not a shoemaker anymore, you was just a soldier.
It's means to an end. All of
So
this is a
okay
means
then,
to an
you
end.
is just a means to an end.
Well,
That's is you.
I'm part of something. And if it gets me,
Carl.
Then your daughter will never learn to make shoes, but she will also most likely be dead.
She'll never get to choose.
well, you said your piece.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you're going to let me walk out here.
In my mind, you have a choice. You can help us save Reliquiae, or you do not walk out of these caves.
Kinder than me, Calmus.
That's the problem. He points at Elwyn. That's the problem. Someone turns up and tells you you've been lied to, tells you they're going to make you safe against an enemy you didn't know existed. Then someone else turns up, tells you you've been lied to, tells you that they're gonna help you be safe against an enemy that you've only just learned the true evil of. And then if I make the wrong choice, I'm killed in cold blood.
There's no choice. You're walking out of here. We're not those people.
I did not say I would kill you.
She did.
I did.
I did
We're not
not.
those people.
You have seen what the clone works for. The body is there.
Elwyn, we're wanted across Reliquiae anyway. Whatever Carl says or does, it doesn't put any more of a target on our backs.
No.
It puts more blood on our hands.
It's left blood on my hands from years before this anyway.
Yeah. I can't.
They had no issue with the idea of killing my entire family.
I know. So be better.
I'd rather settle scores.
What does you think, Iradian?
I think Carl should come with us.
No.
Carl.
I would like to say I chose not to tell him he couldn't do that for us. Okay?
I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm going to turn around and walk out of this room. Whatever you decide.
If you leaves here, seems to me you was gonna have to go make some shoes.
Or rejoin your brothers in the gloam.
Chances are the head of your ring is dead.
Lets me shows you something.
And I reaches in, for the first time in a while, pulls out the scroll.
Please tell me you brought it into the room with you.
No, I didn't.
Oh no!
And hands the scroll.
God!
and hands a scroll to Carl.
Let me in real time read
I
this.
think you. No, never.
You should know it by now, right?
Yeah.
What it says?
I feel like
You've learned to
it.
read
I've
through
learned
the
it,
scroll,
yes,
I
surely.
think Carl needs to see.
We'll do it like a recap. Jazz May. The gods are dead.
Why would you ever want to go and rejoin them? By the way, I will be wanting that back.
He hands it back. Let me just read what it says. When did you get this?
I is not good with time.
Before the war. Before the war started.
They'd known of the deaths of the gods for years. This can't be true.
No, they didn't. We told them.
When?
The Festival of Benediction.
The festival. We were tasked with escorting the Antiqua
This year?
this
Yes.
year.
They didn't die years ago. They died suddenly.
Months ago.
They told us it was centuries.
No.
You would have still been making shoes.
When the gods left Alvelion for Mount Atria, it's when they started to become weaker,
They weren't dead.
but they weren't dead.
They were murdered by an apprentice of Moloch.
Themself was the only one, it's the only body we never found.
Wait.
Poor Carl.
Don't call it.
you might want to.
Yeah, you're right. You're strutting down the...
Did the council know?
Do they know what?
Did the council know that the gods were dead?
After we told them, yes.
What, months ago? Weeks ago?
Just after the festival.
I don't know.
Have you been lied to, Carl?
It appears to be that way.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going around, isn't there?
Now it seems to I, Carl, that you has a very good opportunity here. You has seen what the gloam can do. And you has seen the lies that it is made of. That's you, Carl. You is a fourth. And there is what's now no threes or twos. It seems to me, Carl, that you might be in a position to be more than a shoemaker. You might be a Carl that can from inside helps beats the lies of the gloam. Would that not be something cool?
I just said cool.
That would be cool.
Things of what your daughter would think.
Cool, Dad. Cool, Carl.
Cool Carl.
Cool
The hero.
Carl with good shoes. And they is good shoes, Carl.
Those boots are amazing.
Thank you.
But things, everything that they have said to you and made you done are lies. Why walks away from that? Why not makes things tricky for them?
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
19.
I can take you to Zeta's.
There might be a bit of a rock thing that we might need to sort on the way.
Take us to Zeda's. figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
What do we do with him? And looks down at the ground where this still just sort of twitching child of the midnight moon.
Can I use my proficiency in medicine to see how much of this child of the midnight moon is human and how much is fungus?
Yeah, great. Roll me a medicine check.
10.
10. This is they're almost indivisible from one another. This is this person doesn't have like mushrooms growing out of them yet. They are not mindless, but you don't know if they are savable.
Carl, in your experience, how long has this child got left?
I've only been down here a few days.
Lucky you.
Point of order, as it were.
Mm.
What would you consider the children of the moon who are being affected by the mushrooms to be, as in a condition?
I would say they're. The condition would be a kind of custom addiction condition, but I guess it would be poisoned. I could rule it as poisoned.
I reach down and I touch this creature and I cast Lesser Restoration.
Mm.
You touch a creature and end one condition on it: blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Yeah, I'd absolutely allow that.
So I reach down and I touch the creature's shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and a bright golden light emanates from Calnus's hand and spreads across the body, head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bright golden glowing for a moment, and then it settles back down.
And you hear like a... and you look down and it's like waking from sleep. You've seen people deeply addicted. You saw what happened to Dolly when she was momentarily lost to it. You've experienced it yourself. It's like somewhere between sleeping and waking, it's dreaming. And then what you've observed as these people sink deeper and deeper into it is that it's less like dreaming and it becomes more like a nightmare. It's like their pulse is quickening and their body is trying to wake them up. And there's something in their body that can't wake them up, and that's when the mushroom really takes hold. And you see this person, they are still emaciated and very tired and very hungry, but they are clear-eyed. I want to tell you a little bit about how you can use this divine. You don't need to use it on that, but I'll just explain briefly and I'll explain it better off camera, but just so people are aware. Once per long rest, you can channel the divine essence of themself. And before you want to make an attack or cast a spell, you say, I want to channel this divinity. And you flip a coin. Flip one of our natural 6 Kickstarter coins. On a heads, you can increase your plus to hit with spell attacks or increase your spell save DC by your proficiency bonus. If you get a tails, it's half your proficiency bonus rounded down. Or you can add a number of d10s equal to your proficiency bonus to the damage of any weapon attack. And if it's tails, it's d6s. And this extra damage is radiant, and it overcomes any immunities or resistances to radiant damage. So that's what.
Pretty powerful.
It's pretty powerful. It's limited use, but it's pretty powerful.
Fun.
Carl, you was ready to tears down a world. We is ready to try and give it new life. What does you say?
I think you may have it righter than me.
We gather you're angry. You were angry too when we found out. Feeling lied to. Feeling used. felt we were an organization that made us feel like nothing, following orders. We're a lot more like you than we'd like to admit. And it's hard to accept the truth when you hear it. It's hard being lied to. It's hard to forgive, and we do awful things. Terrible things, things that we can never take back, and I imagine you've done terrible things you can't take back. To people you felt lied to you.
He nods.
We just ask that we judge you not on your character, but on the things that you do.
Hands on your shoes.
You can do right. You can do wrong, but it doesn't make you a bad person, but you can do right.
I don't think we can stop it. I don't think we can stop the first of it from reaching Baroon, but Zadis will know more than me.
Anything.
We can warn the council.
You can try.
We've already tried to get messages to the council.
We've been discussing, well, we need to discuss an idea that I had. Using the kobolds. And possibly the children of the midnight moon. Up above. If we can recruit some of the Gloam to assist, we could get a message through to the council.
Take us to Zadis first.
What about him?
Take him with us.
Hollie will be glad to see them.
Very well.
We can take him to the kobolds.
Scout might be able to help them. More than anything else down here can, if they've got a chance of living. Scout will be the only one able to help them.
Hollie has walked off.
Carl slightly uncomfortably sort of sheathes his weapon and bends down and puts his, reaches out for the hand of this child of the Midnight Moon and sort of lifts them.
I'm going to stop that. I will help the child of the Midnight Moon, but
Right.
Carl will not be touching
Great.
anyone no,
Great.
that's wrong.
Can I ask something mechanically of you? The proficiency to Arcana.
It won't double anything that you've already... Have you already got all three of them?
No. I'm asking, is it immediate?
Yeah.
So what I would like to do is then I'd like to take Radiant and say,
Irradiant. This
and I gesture to the fallen beast.
beings from another realm. You understand magics. And you licks things. But you reads the magics of things.
Yeah,
How?
I don't know.
Walks me through it.
It's not really hand-based, to be honest. It's more just it's a feel.
So the tongue was never necessary.
Tongue was never necessary. The tongue, I was pure pageantry.
The self-insert is so unreal sometimes.
Tells me more.
About the pageantry, or?
When we were in that space earlier, you made a choice. How did you make that choice?
I connected with some things that was inside of more than who I am, but maybe inside of spirit, soul.
I get it. You know, I get it. It's that.
Does it with me now?
It might not work. Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I'm going to. I hope it's an investigation. I'd like to, or maybe not an investigation. I'd like to basically try and commune with it, see if I can get any information from it.
From the
body.
The body.
And I would like to essentially give the help action.
Okay.
But it's essentially me trying to understand the arcana of the thing. It's an attempt to give a sort of like a flavor, the understanding of like how I'm beginning to.
So you're trying to understand what the magic and kind of reality that made this creature is.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me. You can roll me. You can roll me an investigation. I would say this is a creature you are not aware of being familiar with, and therefore you would be rolling with disadvantage. But you're giving the help action, so you can roll flat.
And I'm going to do it.
In Lord Samuel Raphael Towers.
Oh, little prick!
Okay.
I'm going to roll it in the tower.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I mean, that's a 19.
19.
Because it missed.
Yeah.
This creature is completely unfamiliar to you. You don't get a strong sense of what made it. You're not doing an autopsy on it, right?
Not yet.
Okay. It appears to be very strong. It appears to be made of flesh in some way, shape, or form.
Sorry, I can't help you there. I think if whatever world it's from, it's not from something that I'm from.
It's fine.
That would check out though, right? I mean, Spinner would have summoned it from the Shadowfell. We know that's not where Radiant's from. So chances are before, I guess you were seeing stuff you probably remembered from before you entered Reliquio.
Mm-hmm.
The memories you don't have.
Yeah. However, nothing beats a good old autopsy.
Pi pulls out his dagger.
You're not
They'll
even
nod.
trained.
What are you even looking for?
You can't even use a dagger.
Black.
He has
black
proficiency.
dagger.
I think he'd have proficiency in daggers. I think they have proficiency in simple weapons. Do you have proficiency in a dagger?
I have proficiency in telling I.
Okay. Make a nature check to try and cut nature with disadvantage to try and cut this thing up in the correct.
Doing that thing like you did with the classical knife, but with just a dagger.
Just regular dagger.
Spinning.
This is going to be great. I got a nat 1.
That one.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I drops his dagger.
So you tell I very specifically where to make the first incision,
Cut the eyeball.
and the creature goes like there's clearly it's a reflex. The thing is dead, but it is for a moment you think the entire thing has come to life again, and there's like the mouth in the abdomen like opens, and then it.
Can I roll performance with? Don't worry, that's meant to happen.
You sure?
Oh, 19.
Good use of it. You tell me how comforted you are by.
I didn't know I could sweat. What's now?
So you cut into the eye, the organ, not the character, not the you, and there's just it's like an eyeball. It's just a really horrible eyeball.
What does he want me to do with this?
Kel steps forward with proficiency in medicine and says, I think you touched a nerve.
And I just goes,
Oh, okay. So that's his wife. Okay, yes.
Do what you want with it.
Aye.
Do what you want with it.
What are we looking for in this autopsy?
I was hoping we'd find something, but I think there's nothing here.
What were you hoping? Never mind, I'm not there.
Can I wipe the blade?
Wish spell.
Can I wipe the blade? I would like to go in and I want to hack away and I want to try and take a tooth.
Yep. You can absolutely do that. Wait, have you rolled to go through the process of removing a tooth?
Wait's there, everyone.
I mean, it's big. I would say it's the size of a longsword.
There's a bag of holding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, Carl, should we go and find Zadus?
I'll show you. And Carl leads you out of this first cave where Dolly is waiting. And we'll take a little break.
If you're like me, then you find water fundamentally boring. Sure, it is literally the key to life. Sure, our bodies are made up of 80% of it. And sure, it can be intriguing when conjoined with words like park, sports, and Uri grave. But when I'm sitting naked in a bath thinking about my hard day, it just doesn't do the business for me. I get wrinkly, pruny, and as I mentioned before, bored. I keep thinking this could have been a shower. This could have the exhilarating rush of cascading water beadily bouncing against my buff body. Now I'm just stewing in my own juices, and by juices I mean urine, and by urine I mean just kidding. Or am I? Anyway, at least urine would make it interesting, and, depending on how hydrated you are, turn it a fun color. Otherwise, it's just boring, translucent water. In this urineless-based scenario, I'm doing nothing but shriveling alone in stagnant fluid and staring at my decreasingly hard day. And by day, I mean dick. Or do I? So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, what if you want to make your water more exciting, or turn the color anything other than a dark orange, depending on how hydrated you are? Because you've got guests over and you've invited them to see your bath water in a misguided attempt at celebrating your birthday. Well, thanks to Geeky Clean, Natural 6 has got you covered in an exciting new collaboration featuring 5 new items. That's 5. The limited edition Reliquiae Bath Bomb in handsome swirls of deep blue, purple, bronze, and gold contains the promise of a bright and bold new adventure, zingy notes of grapefruit, and a completely unique Natural 6 dice set that you won't find anywhere else, and you absolutely don't want to sit on as this bath bomb effervesces beneath you. If the threat of a hard-edged resin D4 slowly revealing itself mere inches from your most vulnerable inches is too great a risk to take, there's also 3 standalone bath bombs themed around the gods, the wild, the vile, and the virtuous. Each one available to purchase separately, do not contain dice, and all smell divine. Like the gods. Plus, like the Reliquiae Bath Bomb, they each come enrobed in their very own Natural 6-themed linen dice bag that you can take home and keep, unless you don't want it, in which case we'll send Alex round to collect it and or tell you off for being so ungrateful. Hollie made those dice bags, wove them with her own bare hands. Have you seen her nails? Took her ages. There was blood everywhere. And if you're still stuck on the mental imagery of an exhilarating rush of cascading water beadily bouncing against my buff body, add a little extra spacey steam to that with a web shower steamer. Just plonk one on your shower floor and you've got an instant secret-scented spa that the Spider Prince and the Spinner would be proud of. So, say no to boring water and yes to this Natural 6 Geeky Clean collaboration, available at geekyclean.com. Everyone at your birthday party will thank you, or as I like to call it, a birthday party.
Welcome back, Milady.
Oh, no!
There's nothing wrong with it because you got to try stuff.
There's just nothing right with it.
Well,
You've tried it before.
Yeah, but
And did we didn't like it then?
Different people, people
No,
change.
No, same people.
People change, Holly.
No, we don't.
No, we
No,
never
you
do.
don't.
No, I don't.
No,
I'm
you
really
don't.
happy with who I am.
I was saying to someone recently, I don't think it's that my morality changes, it's that, I won't say who I was talking about, it's that every time they change their mind, they do a complete loop, come back to me and think I'm there to shame them, and I've been here the whole time. That's where Holly's at with...
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Fuck off.
Is it worse with this arm? Is it worse with this arm back?
Yes, because it creates a sort of a sight line that I don't like.
Millie.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like it's very much
it's very Richard III 50s, 1950s.
Yeah, or 17-year-old plays,
Or-
Iago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's very.
That Cassio loves it, I do well believe it.
Yeah. It's very. I'm the best actor at my school.
Yeah.
And I've been told I have genuine potential.
Yeah, I've got
which we all were told, and.
And some
They never told
And
that.
were you not? You weren't told
No.
you weren't told you were the best actor in your school.
No.
I
wasn't told it. It was just
I
fucking
was told I
obvious.
wouldn't finish
knew it.
school.
Medical school.
I was told I wouldn't finish GCSEs. I was so stupid that my parents were told I wasn't going to leave with a single qualification at GCSE.
But how good did they say your acting was?
Hey, you know what? I played bottom in the Midsummer Night's Dream.
Like this.
Titania.
Some time of the night.
I went to see Midsummer Night's Dream at the Globe Theatre recently, where they do the thing where they give you only your lines and you don't ever rehearse, and then they come together on the stage. It was fantastic.
I'm not paying for that. Like, I want to see. I want to see the play. Was it please?
I love Midsummer Night's Dream. I think it's a brilliant play.
It is. It is actually my
it's
favourite.
Brilliant.
Other than Twelfth Night, it's probably my fave.
Rich II is my fave.
You love a Richie second.
Oh, all in verse,
I
baby.
quite like a Merchant of Venice.
I mean, the guy who sits in the corner just like trying to be alternative and just goes,
Coriolanus.
Coriolanus is a lot of fighting. It's a very fighty play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worse than Julius.
Am I a basic bitch to say Macbeth?
Macbeth is really good.
Yeah.
Macbeth bangs. Because also it's short.
It's so short. I did a production of Macbeth where the director referred to it as football theatre and said, we're going to do 45 minutes per half. We're going to make massive cuts.
Yeah.
We did that.
It was great.
Yeah. Get rid of the porter. No one needs it.
Yeah, no one needs the porter, baby. No one needs the porter.
For my dissertation, I nearly wrote an essay about how football was essentially just 90 minutes of improvisational theatre. You have the set parameters, and
Oh my
within
God,
it,
get a real job,
it's
I
a performance.
swear.
Like it was a dissertation.
Holly, we're all
Please,
playing
get a real
D&D
job.
with each other. whatever part you think Alex has taken that is shameful, you are here with us now, and we're all being
And you know
paid
what? And
the
get-
same.
And guess who pays taxes from a pay slip each month? Me.
Muggins here.
Muggins over here.
Do you think we don't pay taxes?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. It's actually what I think.
I hope no Major Massey watches this, but I try to pay as little tax as possible.
Wow, as legally allowable within the framework of the tax law.
Absolutely.
Or just as little as I can get away with.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
We're all going to be stuffed when the making text digital thing kicks in.
I won't be. They
We're all-
take mine each month.
Yeah.
Oh, we shan't get too into the weeds of
This is a great time to bring it up. There is a
Anyway, watch out for next week's SponCon. HMRC.
Tax doesn't have to be.
We say rolling ones.
making text digital.
Right.
People in the US are really going to, if you listen to this in the Philippines, this is good stuff.
If this doesn't help us break the international market, I don't know what will. Overnight, we became the biggest show in sub-Saharan Africa.
I claim to be dodging tax.
He's moaning about the minutiae of tax legislation.
It's not minutiae.
It's a sea change.
What does it matter anyway? Your wife's an accountant. You don't even have to do them.
No, she's not an accountant. She just does accounting.
Right, that's an important distinction.
This isn't good. This isn't good content. There's so much stuff going on.
I just paint.
I don't paint. I'm a painter.
Okay, so.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
I saw a fantastic thing. I saw a fantastic thing where a woman went, it's not about
Finances.
finding the job you love, it's finding the love you job.
Loving the job?
Yeah, no.
I don't think she did say that, Ben. I don't think that makes any sense.
I think Ben's
No.
Did you dream this?
No. She genuinely said that.
I don't think marketing is going to be. I don't think that's where we're
Finding
going
the love
for you.
you job.
Yeah.
Oh, she means the love that you have that you job at.
Yeah.
She's using job as a verb.
know if that
And
works.
I'm
Like a jobbing
Just
at.
because she says
I don't
something
think
in
I'd
reverse
sign that
doesn't
off.
make it perfect.
Yeah,
It's like in the most recent episode, I said, what is doom, but a mood spelt backwards, and someone put never has a less meaningful sentence sounded like it means so much.
Isn't that D&D?
Yeah, essentially.
This can't go in.
Yes, it can.
No,
believe
it
it's
has to
already
be.
in.
It has to
no,
because
no.
I'm about to introduce the second bit.
Fine.
What, now you're making a decision on whether or not you don't mind it staying in. Not saying
Oh,
it.
I
is not
do.
really
I
crossed
do.
your
I don't
mind.
mind. I've said far worse in my life.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to say something new that couldn't go in.
No. I won't say anything.
Promise?
Anything.
Yeah.
So,
Last time.
led by Carl,
Silence is very noisy.
you move out of this long cave, this cavern, in which you just witnessed the death of a god. So let's remind ourselves that that's where we were. And Elowyn is supporting this healed but exhausted and emaciated child of the midnight moon who's kind of barely putting one foot in front of the other. And Carl, with their glow mask in their hand and their kind of they've face revealed, walks out with the rest of your gang, Dolly.
Good choice. Are they okay?
I don't know, but I mean,
Oh, let me see.
we should take them to Scout.
I'm gonna try and prop them up as well.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to take them?
No, but you can help me, and I don't think we should be following anyone. We barely made it out of that last cave alive, and what, we're going to follow this guy and find some more gloam?
I'm not saying we should follow him. I'm just saying let's maybe not kill him.
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
I think we keep them close.
I think the only good gloam is a dead one.
They're just people.
Yeah, people who seem to enjoy coming after us.
You heard him. He was just trying to make a better life for himself. He didn't know he was getting into this.
No, I heard him tell us that we've also been lied to and that we've made the wrong decision.
Yeah, and that's a valid argument.
We didn't exactly make a decision, did we?
No, but he had no problem putting a knife across some Children of the Midnight Moon's throat in there. Sacrificing something he didn't even understand. Followed that pretty blindly.
So this is happening without him hearing.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Otherwise,
I was going to say that I is just trying to distract him up the front. Like basically, he's
Go
just
on.
walking
Just tickling
alongside
him.
She's going.
So what I has learned is a one. So you have a 1, then a 2.
And that's basically what you hear up front. He's basically just making conversation to kind of keep Carl.
Roll me performance check, see how interesting you are.
3.
Okay.
Sorry,
3.
3.
Yeah, Carl is. Carl seems distracted, but
Carl. Carl.
come on. Carl leads you kind of up this twisting tunnel in the rock that rises up to a higher level. When you were coming down, it was deeper, and all the way along, you see more of what you saw before, like gems that have shattered or fallen from the ceiling, and these.
What color are all the gems?
That is a great question, and if you give me a moment.
I'll write it down.
No, I can. This, amazingly, I kind of have. There are. God, this is a long way away. Now I need to look up what color these gems are.
I'm sorry.
Purple. Oh no, I googled the one that I'm using and it says the very rare color change variety of one that's kind of green and also a bit red, one that's deep red, one that's black, and then one that's sort of pale and shimmering.
Can I see any that are not shattered, that have come away whole?
Roll me an investigation check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Satisfying.
Yeah, you see. Roll me a d6.
6.
You see a diamond. A real good-sized diamond.
Okay. While I'm still propping up the child of the Midnight Moon, I'm gonna.
I'll have them roll a dex save. Yeah, this is a. This is like a really sizable, and looks to be reasonably well. A stone of reasonable clarity.
Mm-hmm. Can I grab one of the purple ones as well?
Yes, you can.
Just grabbing shit. You just grabbing stuff.
Yeah. And what?
I look.
And what?
I looks at the massive diamond.
Oh, nice. We used to find quite a few things like this down in the caves.
Really?
Yeah,
What'd you do with them?
just kind of throws them away.
Roll me a d10, Wilson.
D10. 7.
Okay. Cool. Let me just write that down.
You die 7 times.
Damn my magpie instincts.
Roll for bird fact.
Oh, would you like one?
Yeah, obviously.
Magpies are also mimics.
They're also thieves.
Are they? Oh yeah, they love it, don't they?
They love
They
it.
love it.
So as you continue to move, up this tunnel, and you reach a fork in the path. From the direction that you're moving now, the path that you took originally to go back to the Old Dark leads to the right, and you reach the cave, the mouth of which has been covered with mining carts, behind which you originally heard this scratching. But Carl is taking you to the left.
I don't know how I feel. I mean, I don't want to kill Carl, but I also don't know how I feel about going back to see a bunch of gloom.
I don't feel great about that, considering that I'm not sure we can go into another fight right now.
I'm still bleeding.
Yeah. Also, whoever we've got with us right now, they need help.
Mm-hmm.
Carl, where are you taking us?
Where you wanted to go.
How much further is it?
It's just down this tunnel.
Don't fuck with us, Carl.
I wouldn't do that.
You've seen what we can do.
I have.
What's going to happen when we get there?
Well, I'll go in, prepare the ground, and then I'll see if I can sort you out a conversation with Zadis.
What happens if they don't want to accept us?
There's no precedent for this. I don't know.
You want to be a cool Carl for your daughter, yes?
More than anything.
You does not need us. Thinks of this. What if you goes back in, becomes one with the gloam again, works your way in the gloam, but a lone Carl, causing mischief and damage from inside the gloam. Works from the inside, Carl.
How would I know what to do?
Whatever makes things tricky for thems.
He's not going to do that, eh?
Carl doesn't know what he believes.
Carl. I's trying to keep you alive here. It is a bit of a dangerous situation for yous. This ways you gets to make an impact and does good. Takes downs the people that lies to you.
How about this? I go in there. I tell him. The teller opened it up. Something came through. Killed everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I made it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say nothing about you.
You might need some damage. Maybe she can gives you a little.
See how much HP there is.
He's already been damaged, hasn't he?
Yeah, let me see if he was hurt.
He can heals you and she can hit you again just to make it.
He only mechanically has 7 HP left.
So he's visibly hurt.
He's visibly hurt. He's in. No, sorry. He has 15 HP. He has 11 HP left. He's in bad shape.
Yeah.
You could just open hands.
Carl, how freely can you wander around here?
He looks around himself, and you all do too. And this place isn't how you first found it. something, that thing that pushed its way through you, this wave, this force, has done something to these caves. I don't know what I'm walking into.
Look, your life is your own. I'm not interested in that. All I want to know is what's going on with Bruin and how we can stop it. Once we know that, you can do whatever you want. But I'm not keen on walking into something right now. Is there something to be said? Or we go away. We all decompress. You find out what you can. We meet up, I don't know, say 12 hours from now. Then we part ways and we never see you again.
Roll me persuasion.
That's a 13. I rolled a 2.
So, I meet you here in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Can you bring your ringleader?
That wasn't part of it.
I hate this. I hate all of this.
I don't want to make you a promise I can't keep. I'll be here in 12 hours.
He can press the ringleader for information. I don't think we need to go face to face with any more glum than we need to.
And then what? He goes, he speaks to his ringleader. He decides he prefers to side with the spinner and everything he's just seen and side with us 5. And then what? We walk out of his cave to the entire gloam encampment waiting for us because he's decided to tell them that we're coming out.
I think Carl kind of soiled himself when he saw everything and was not so fan of the spinner.
The spinner has power. People like power.
The spinner is gone.
The spinner will be back, and you know that.
I think that however he came here was taxing, and he's just been taxed going back.
Yeah, and it takes a god to kill a god, and guess what we just lost?
But the spinner does not know that.
If the spinner knew where that power was coming from, that's why it was all here, right? That's why themselves had to sacrifice themselves, because their power was creating a point. That's where it was all merging upon.
The spinner will know soon.
Spinner isn't stupid. He'll know that that power is gone, that it is missing.
It will also make it more difficult for them to get back through, which is one thing.
And I want whatever makes it less difficult for me to make it to Barun. And if I've got to fight my way out of a camp, that's going to make it a hell of a lot more difficult.
We gotta do that either way. We either go now or later. When we're safe in the old dark, we can rest. We can't go through that camp now.
No, that's whether or not that camp is looking for us.
If Carl comes with us,
Carl will not come with us.
no one knows we're here.
Carl is not going to the old dark.
What if we knock him out first?
Carl is not going there.
You don't need to knock me out. I'm not getting knocked out.
No, I mean, we could.
Shut up, Carl.
You think Kel can't knock you out?
I didn't say that. I said
You did.
Well, what I meant in a sort of figurative sense was I'd rather that didn't happen. I don't want that to happen, please. Please don't knock me out.
So you don't reckon it can happen, you just don't want it to
I
happen?
don't want it to happen.
Because he could, you know.
I'm so nearly dead.
Look at my hands, Carl.
Yep, big hands.
Big hands. They could knock you out.
Like sides of beef. Scaly sides of beef.
I could probably knock you out with mine, to be
Like
fair.
biltong.
Guys.
He could certainly knock you out, especially if I beat you with him.
Pick me up. Swing me.
Sorry.
Guys.
I know, not a time for jokes, sorry.
Oh, I was serious.
I'm tired. Can we figure this out?
There's nothing coming from where the boarded up bit was. No sound.
Roll me perception.
12.
No.
Wait. Does he hear that? Nothing. Who was it that said they thought the creatures might be linked to themselves?
We didn't know.
They sound like they's gone. Maybe they was right.
How are the creatures described again?
Well, we met the creatures when we were coming in that.
Almost like zombie style.
Yeah, but we don't know for certain that whatever was behind the barricades were the same thing.
Someone needs to convince me very quickly that going into that Gloam camp will give us information that's actually going to help.
I don't think we goes in.
I don't want to go in, but I do want that information.
How much HP does he have?
You wouldn't know.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna to cast Mind Spike on him.
Okay.
I'd like him to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Give me a sec. Which was I using? A Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
10.
He failed.
Look at me, Carl. Look at me, Carl.
What's he doing?
Look at me.
Carl.
What's he doing?
Look at me, Carl.
Carl, this is gonna hurt.
What's he doing?
This is gonna hurt.
Wait.
Keep your eyes on me,
Wait.
Carl. Keep your eyes on me.
Make you some shoes. How much?
Does 15 damage.
Radiant.
Oh my god.
He had 11 HP.
Harry told you.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Damn it, Radiant.
Radiant!
Carl.
Well, now I need to describe it. I need to describe his death.
Yeah, you do.
Look at me, Carl.
I reach out, I cast Cure Wounds.
He's dead. He's gone.
he's gone.
Dead. He's dead.
Dead.
His entire brain explodes.
He's gone.
He keeps saying, "Look at me." As you lift his head up, his brain almost entirely comes out his nose.
Look at me, Carl.
Radiant, what the hell?
Come on.
What?
He's dead.
I can see.
This is really bad.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I could.
I can't believe you did that.
It's fine.
He's dead. He's dead forever.
That's an alignment check. Like,
Yeah.
He's dead.
Wait a minute.
Come on.
Oh.
Don't get moralistic with me. He's dead.
what do you
His
mean don't get
brains are on his
moralistic?
You said you didn't want him alive.
No, I didn't say that.
All of you implied the danger that he posed to us,
Yeah, and I was willing to take that risk.
and you were willing to kill him in battle as well. So what?
That's different.
No, it's not different. It's the same thing.
It's not.
You already heard what they said. We're at war. Okay, I made a mistake. Yes, do I regret it? Massively. Massively. But at the end of the day, I was trying to do it to give us an advantage. You wanted to let him go for 12 hours. I wanted to find out where he'd go.
You're better than them.
No, I'm not. I'm not better than them. But right now we're on the same situation and we've got to make choices. I did something. I made a mistake. He's dead. So what?
He could have been useful.
Oh, come on. Don't get so high and
It's
mighty
not
with
a-
me now.
It's
I'm
not
not being high and mighty, Radiant.
Elowin, you wanted him dead, right?
You know I did.
And he's dead. I took a calculated risk. The risk did not pay off.
At the end of all of this, we need to be able to look at ourselves and like what we see.
I've been in the web nearly 10 years. I haven't liked what I've seen in about 10 years.
So why do you want to keep that? We're not in the web anymore. We're our own people. We can make choices.
And so far, my choice has been to try and stop the people who are hunting me. There was nothing saying that guy wasn't going to go in there and tell them everything that's just happened. Told them that we're still alive. Told them that the only god we had left is dead.
There was nothing saying he wouldn't change sides either.
It's the child of the midnight. It's the child of the midnight moon.
I don't think they're conscious.
Has he got shoes on?
No.
Okay.
No.
I is just going to take off Carl's boots and give them to the child of the midnight moon.
Okay. Puts them on. Seems grateful for it. I mean, this guy is like not in like great shape at all. Like mechanically, he's on like 1 HP. He's alive and no longer consumed by addiction. But other than that,
but his ankles won't twist.
His ankles won't twist for a while at least.
Yep.
Let's argue over this in the old dark.
We has to wait. The protection, the image at the front of the cave, what if that is gone?
It might be. Let's go find out.
The kobolds will be wondering.
Let's go.
You head back down the tunnels by which you first made your way from the old dark to this lowest cavern.
Hi, Carl.
Carl is gone. And you reach the little tunnel that you caved in. That still looks to be intact.
Can we hear anything from the other side?
You can try and listen. Roll with disadvantage through rock.
It's a 5.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's perception.
It's perception, yeah. It is perception. Yeah, nothing. But everything, as before, it's like walking through... it's almost as if, with these mushrooms, as if you have moved forward 1,000 years. And it's just like dead. And it feels like the cave is sort of dead in a different way. And you reach the cave with a few somnium-infected bodies. The ones that that you'd seen when you first entered this space, where the entrance to the old dark is, and the first thing that strikes you is that these bodies have like decayed and withered, much like the mushrooms have. And then that there are kobolds staring out of an open doorway.
Oh. Yes. It's you. I think we need to talk.
You should come in.
We has one for a scout.
And they sort of look at each other, these 3 kobolds, not the same 3 that you saw when you first arrived, nor the ones that saw you off, actually. But they look to each other for perhaps guidance or advice.
Themself is not here. They said they was looking for you. They was going to help you.
Yes.
We does not know,
Sort of looking at the archway.
how to ensure that a new scout will make their way through.
Are you okay?
Can we get the elders together?
One of them sort of deep forest green.
I will. Speaks with them.
Maybe they can So we does not know if us.
At this point, can I try and walk forwards with them?
I think a dolly knows these sorts of things.
And you try to walk forward with them. And you're looking for those runes, something to light. Nothing happens in the rock. And Dolly keeps walking, and nothing stops. And you see, as you're walking, this kind of newly shod child of the midnight moon looks up, and you see makes eye contact with these kobolds. Oh, hello. And you just keep walking, and you walk straight in. The kobolds kind of move back, as if confused by, one, how they can see through, and two, how you've managed to walk through with someone who's not essentially been approved.
What is this? Maybe you can bring the elders to where we will be with a scout.
Yeah.
We knows our way.
This is very strange.
I knows. But if you tells them to come quick, please.
Yes.
And this green kobold disappears down those tunnels.
You is all comings, yes?
Well, I'm with Dolly at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
And you start to move down the tunnels that lead towards the infirmary and lead towards where Scout is. Roll perception checks, everybody.
Not 20.
Not 20. 14.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
9.
12. Okay, so 14 and higher, you can detect. Like, everyone's obviously, you're known to these people, to these kobolds. Your presence does not seem to be hugely significant or surprising by itself. But with those of you 14 and higher notice is that there seems to be a level of, like, a secondary level of concern in the way in which your presence is noted. And you hear in kobold, where is themself? Like, whispers going between people. And again, that sort of almost kobold, slightly hive-mindy quality. That whisper, that rumor, that fear spreads quickly, like bees. And you can see people disappearing off down smaller tributary tunnels and returning with more kobolds. And by the time you've started to move into the infirmary, there's a crowd starting to build behind you. And you push your way into the infirmary, kobolds moving out the way, and you go through that first section where you were before with Dolly, where the old are waiting till they run out of stories, and into the place where Scout cares for those who are somnium addicted or withdrawing from it. You're back.
Yeah. Got another one for you to look after, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
They're all right. They're just tired, exhausted.
Oh, let me. And looks to both of you and Starr. I don't think she's met the three of you before. Oh,
This is Scout.
I'm scouting.
Yeah, one of your friends.
Yeah, back from the old days. Different life.
Well, it looks like you're trying to make a new life for yourself here.
Doing my best.
Well, this will keep you busy.
And Scout sort of takes this man away. Right, come on, you. Get yourself. And just sort of caring.
Look after them. You'll be okay. Scout's here.
Nice shoes. And then there is a sort of more commotion behind you. And you see that the green has led the elders and as you would know, the elders is not about seniority or age. It's almost closer to like a kind of Athenian democracy. It's not actually that far from the Council of Equals in a sense, where on a daily basis, those who aren't very young might find themselves making the calls for the tribes. And so you see a representative of each of the caves stood before you as this crowd of kobolds closes around behind you.
I think maybe we should just have this first bits in quiet.
Roll me persuasion with disadvantage.
19. I've rolled a nat 20 and an 18.
Mm-hmm.
We is tribe,
says one, pale and very, very slight. And then another, a kind of orange brick colour, says,
they did say that things may change. Perhaps this is a change that was spoken of.
This would still be for tribe, but it would be for you to decide what is right for your tribe, your tribe, your tribe.
And the elders sort of put their heads together and you can see various kind of little discussions happening. And then they turn to the sort of assembled throng of kobolds.
We will speaks for a moment alone, so that the voices are not as a howling wind, but instead as single droplets of water. And then we will speak to the whole.
And this seems to be accepted. The rest of the kind of assembled mass drifts away and you're left with just this small collection of elders.
I does not think that this is some things I want to tell them in the common.
You want us to go?
You may stays, but Akelnis, maybe you can keeps them in the speeds with where I is when I is telling them.
It's
Because
okay. We know.
I think they needs to hear it in a ways that I can, with words I can say is best.
Do you want us to stay?
Yes. What do you think has happened has happened?
We felt something. It shook through here. It rattled the stones. We know where they went, where themself went.
What I think you need to know is that it was not taken. It was given. Themselves, life was not taken from them.
Oh.
Themself gave for the good of Reliquia.
And then I basically relay the spinner, his true identity, themself appearing, the rift, everything. I'm not going to relay all the stuff that we saw with the glowing orbs and everything that happened then and all that stuff.
Right, so not the colours, not the vision of the deck, not the vision of...
I'm not going to relay the vision right now. That feels like far too much information to be dumping on them at this moment. It's simply the stuff about themself and themself being willingly and actively sacrificing themselves in a way that was understanding and for the good of not just the kobolds, but for all of Reliquier. And I ask Kel to sort of just keep.
I'm kind of low-key translating to these guys.
Great. It's a huge thing that you're telling these elders. And some of them take it better than others. But none of them react with anger. And one of them, who you recognize being of your tribe, says,
They told us that
if you returned and they did not, you would know what to do.
We has an idea.
Slipping back into common.
The somnium.
The mushroom.
The mushroom. It has no effects on the kobolds.
No.
But it has many great and bad effects on the others. It's as dangerous. When you goes outside, you will see that the mushrooms is not what they was when themself was with us. The mushrooms were like this because of themselves' power. But the somnium still exists. The harvest still exists. The kobolds is in a very good place to help fight this. Only the kobolds can help fight this. And I want you to know the last thing.
Slipping back into kobold.
The last thing that themselves said was that they were unafraid. And they took a pride in that. And I think the message from that themselves would want to be passed along is that it is time for the kobolds to stop being afraid.
Unafraid is good.
We have done so well. And we have built so much. Think what we could build. With them out there. Think what we can offer to them out there. But first, we need to make sure there is a them out there.
They said the world was unkind. But they also said that we could trust you.
And I want you to know that I have known elf, human, tiefling, dragonborn, dwarf, to whom the world has also been unkind. The world is unkind. But it's not just unkind to kobolds. And you will see that when you go out there. And you will also see that it can be wonderful. And that because the world is unkind, it makes choosing to be kind mean more.
I think I understand. Before they left, themself did ask for one thing. That if they didn't return, and if you didn't return, then we would pay our respects to... And you see this kobold shape a new word? Parvus.
He is shrouded in the histories.
Do this without us, without I. We have had our own farewell in our own way for our tribe.
What should we say?
If you don't want to say anything, don't say anything.
What
If
do
you
we...
want to say something, say something. Let anyone who wants to speak, speak.
That's what themselves said.
There is something we did. And it might be nice. Maybe you can dig out a new tunnel to a new cave and paints it for Parvis.
This we can do. Many claws. All right. All right, I'll tell them. We'll tell them. Some of us have been down here for a long time. Maybe a little strange. For some. Not all may want to go.
And they can decide to stay here if they want.
Right. She puts her hand on her chest. She says, I feel sort of light and untethered and free and frightening. Is that, she points up, is that what it's like up there?
Yes, but there is one thing that you won't feel now. But in time you all will. And that's fun. It's fun. To be able to make your own decisions, and to choose to help, and to choose to be kind. And to go where you want, to be with who you want to be with. And you can still be with tribe.
I think I will. For a while at least.
But that's fun, to choose that.
And if you wake on a day and you want to sleep, or you wake on a day and you want to hunt,
it's about talking to each other and understanding sometimes you will have to do things that you don't want to do, but equally, you don't have to do anything. The choice is the thing. Look after each other still. Be there for each other. But be there for yourself.
I think I understand.
It's hard to explain in words, especially when you've not done it, but it becomes easier to understand when you have felt it for a bit, and every day you feel it, it gets a bit more easy to understand.
I think we should dig the tunnel. And she looks at the others, and the others, I think that's a good idea. Yes.
In many days, you may be somewhere else entirely. But when you look back at the pictures in your mind, you will see all the little steps of those choices together. And it will make a brilliant painting.
And she smiles. He'll tell the others.
Especially the hatchlings. They'll remember me.
And what do you do now?
I think I kill bad gods.
That is a big choice.
Fun, though.
Risky.
Cool.
New word for them. Cool.
You'll understand this one in time.
And the elders, make their way out of this little cave into the tunnels beyond.
As they go, I turn to I, and I just say, I, we need to tell them about the war on the surface.
Sorry. This is a very good point.
Not now.
No.
But we have to tell them and see if we can enlist their help.
Maybe we tell them after we rest. I think it is important that they maybe takes on bits of information at a time, not at once. We can rest so we can let them process. What does you think?
I think we're barely able to process it ourselves. I'd rather we rest before we do anything more to these poor kobolds. Everything they thought they knew has just changed.
Is there a fire in this room?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit by the fire.
We need to rest. We can rest here.
This seems as good a place as any right now, I think.
Yeah, maybe they don't need our presence in the main caves right now.
No. At least in here we rests without questions.
Kelmus goes and sits by the fire as well, and he pulls out the piece of wood that he had started carving much, much earlier in our tunnel travels. And it's beginning to take on a shape. It's not a spoon. And he just sits slowly whittling a piece of wood about that long, taking bits of knobbly bits off. Still can't tell what it is, but he knows.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Nine.
It's the first time you've gone to carve and realised that your hands are shaking a little. It's still, you're early in that process of making. You're sketching out the crudest kind of shapes rather than refining. But you just notice there's the odd moment where everything you've done feels very big. And maybe it's the sitting down and being contemplative that gives you a chance to kind of reckon with that. But you still those kind of tremors. And you get on with that process.
It's a contemplative act.
I think Guy is going to kind of sit and wait for everyone else to rest before he does.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd join everybody by the fire, but I suppose Yeah, it's more like an adrenaline come down. So you sort of feel that colour coming back into your skin. I just got my dagger in my hand. It's just almost like turning it over. It's a nervous habit, tapping it against my leg. It's constantly moving.
Roll, everyone who isn't Kel, because Kel's engrossed in what he's doing. Radian, Dolly, and I roll perception.
Me as well?
No, because I'm going to see how they clock this.
17.
17. 12.
16.
Yeah, I'd say you all see it. That doesn't mean you need to do anything about it, but you're aware.
You okay?
You know, I have to go to Baroon, don't you? I don't give a crap about the war. I don't really care about the city. I have to make sure they're okay. The city can do what it wants. The rest of the council can do what it wants as far as I care.
Yeah.
We have no news. Weeks this could have been going on. I'm just chasing ghosts in caves this entire time.
I think if we is going to stand a chance in a war, we wills needs Baroon.
Am I hearing any of this?
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. I think that perception check was about whether or not you tuned into the sort of physical, nervous ticks that Elowen was going through. But I think now that there's a conversation, you'd absolutely be able to hear that conversation. I don't see any reason for you to be keeping it from Cal.
I don't want to argue, and I don't want to persuade you from what it is that you're already set on. But you do understand that while we're going to Burn, while we're making sure that it's safe, cogs are in motion elsewhere, right?
And then what do? We chase those instead?
Yes. We're not warriors.
We can't fight everyone.
I'm not asking to fight everyone.
I know.
We need the dragons.
We does need the dragons.
Burren's a long way away.
Dragons are a long way away. Lathi is a long way away.
And they're even longer if we go back to Baroon.
Themselves said the dragons are what are needed. They can fight the gods.
We're not trying to fight gods.
We already do.
Baroon, well, now has an army of barely seeables, kobolds. We can send the kobolds ahead.
You're going to send kobolds who have barely crawled out of these caves into a war?
Not into a war. Into the hearts of Baroon.
How?
Has you seen me when I is in battle?
No, not a war. I've not seen you fight in a war.
My points is not this. You is ignoring the points. The points is they can get in. They has ways. They can be inside Baroon in ways that enemies will not see. We can send them ahead if we needs to goes to the dragons. We can at least not just be leaving Baroon on its own.
I don't care about leaving Baroon on its own. There are people in there I care about.
I says Baroon, I means the people.
And what happens? What happens when you get to Baroon?
I don't know. What happens if I go anywhere? What happens if I go to Lathi? What happens if we go to Escalon? What happens if we go to Vale?
What happens when you get to Baroon?
I guess I'll figure that out when I get there. But I need to make sure they're okay.
And of those in Mouse?
They're safest behind those walls.
The orcs were overrun.
No, they weren't. Barak fell because of a somnium. Look, if I go all the way to Laffy and we get to Baroon and they are not okay, I will not forgive any of you.
Look, I'm not saying we go one way or the other. I'm just considering all the options.
But we are saying if we go one way or the other. That's the choice we're about to make, isn't it?
Yes.
You heard what I said to the kobolds. Everyone is able to make their choice.
They haven't been outside these caves in so long.
I'm not talking about them. You can go to Baroon.
You can go. We won't stop you. It's your choice.
Of course it is.
But I'm going to Laffy.
Of course you are. Because you don't have anything to protect. This isn't even your world.
That's not fair.
No, it's not.
None of this is fair. None of this is what I asked for.
None of us asked for any of this. We have a choice.
I has just asked my tribe, or the tribe I once was, to be in this. If we is going to do this, we has to accept that we might even lose one of us today, tomorrow.
You want to talk about nothing to lose? I ain't got anything. I've got nowhere to go back to. I've got no one to go to. The things I care most about are in this room right now. As ridiculous as that sounds. But if we're gonna fight a war, if we're gonna find gods, if we're gonna visit dragons, I want to do it together, and I want to do it because we want to put a little bit more kindness into the world. And tomorrow, when the sun rises, there's a daughter right there with a father who's never coming home. And I'm not saying it was the wrong decision, but I'm saying we need to be sure of the choices that we make from here on out.
I don't have a lot of kindness left to put into the world. The web took an awful lot of that from me. It won't take what I've got left.
I know that. Don't let that consume you. That's not everything that you are.
No, that is everything I am.
No.
They are everything that I am.
Elowen, consider this idea. You can go to Baroon or Mouse, and you can be there to protect whoever you can. Or you can go to seek the dragons and protect many, many more, including those you love. Without the dragons, it's hard to say whether Baroon stands or falls. With the dragons, whatever help they can give, this world stands a much better chance.
You don't know any of that. You don't know what the dragons can do. You don't know if the dragons, we can even find them.
I know that they are dragons, and I know that there is a white stag.
And then what? Past that, we find a white stag somewhere in Laffy.
And you go to Baroon, and it's under siege. And what then?
At least I know who I'm looking for. We're going to wander blindly into a forest that walks and look for a white stag and then hope we can get an audience with dragons who want to then help us.
I mean, you could literally says any of the stuff we has done up to this point and be like, that's not likely. And yet here we are. The point is this. For all you know, Baroon is gone already. We did not even know that there was a war. You gets there, Baroon is gone. And by then, it might be too late to even get to the dragons at all.
Or I get to the dragons, and then I get to Baroon and it's too late, and they're gone.
There is no easy choice.
The choice is easier for some than it is for others.
You left them knowing this might be a possibility.
Yes, and I live with that every day.
To still stay living with him. What's changed now? What's changed?
The fact that I can go home has changed.
Then go. We're not stopping you. But there's something keeping you here. You don't want to go alone. You want to stay with us. You want us to come with you. And we've said we don't want to come with you because we understand that there is something bigger than this. And no, we don't have the same to lose as you, but we have all lost. All of us.
You don't know what you've lost. You don't remember anything.
Elwyn, we've all lost. Okay?
Yeah, and I don't want to lose any more.
I know. And it's counted as a blessing that you have a family that you love so much that you don't want to risk anything to lose. Some of us have never had that luxury.
No, and I want to protect it.
I just found out I had more family than I thought I did. More tribe. And I thought they left me. Then I find out they didn't. And now I chooses to leaves them. And I asks them to go in. So when you stands there and you says no one has anythings to lose. Is wrong and is hurtful.
You told them to go out. They're here, they're safe. You asked them to go out there. You told them the world was out there.
Perhaps we need more information. All we know at this point is that a war was started. We don't know how long ago. We don't know how it's progressed. We know nothing.
Ellen wants to go, let her go. Let her go by herself.
I don't want her to go by herself.
I don't either.
Does I?
No one wants her to go. But she wants to go.
No, the only way you can do this is if I just follow you and do what you want.
And Elwyn, I think we has made it clear you can't go if you want to.
I know I can go. You wouldn't be able to stop me.
How about we sleep on it? Then we're not getting anywhere.
I is done. I is going to get you, and I is going to sleep. What you want to do is what you wants to do, but what you has said here today is very wrong, and I needs rest. I has just seen my gods die, and I has just told my tribe. And I can already feels the hurts out there. So you makes your call. It's yours. No one is challenging.
No one could challenge me.
Well, that's fine and fun for yous to say again.
We're not your enemy.
No. But you're not going to support me either.
That's not what we're saying.
That's what it sounds like.
And Cal, taking a particularly large chunk of wood off this larger piece of wood, nicks his finger.
You okay?
Rest. Rest is a good idea. I cannot sleep. I cannot think straight for all that has happened. But I feel I must try. Decisions can be made in the morning. We still have to figure out what to do in these caves.
I think I'm actually going to find somewhere else to rest. I know the cave slightly well enough probably to find another fire, so I don't feel like I want to stay here.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
We're not your enemy.
I never said you were.
And stop treating us like it.
And stops taking everything as a challenge to fights.
It's not a challenge to fight.
And stop saying we couldn't stops you or couldn't beats you.
I never said you couldn't beat me. I said you couldn't stop me, and it's not a challenge to fight. It's a desire to protect.
That is my desire, too.
This isn't what they want. This isn't why they gave us this power. And I think Cal's right. I think we've overstretched ourselves.
We barely made it through that last encounter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some rest.
Okay. Anyone got anything else they want to do before you rest?
Summoning you.
I'm going to take out my dagger. I want to, the purple gem that I found earlier. I'm going to try and wrap it into the bindings, just because it looks nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to be something to be doing.
Yeah. No, I'd say that's totally legit.
I patch up my finger and I put my carving knives in the piece of wood I'm working on away. And I lay down and try to make myself comfortable.
Okay. Aoife, you find a comfortable little nook next to another fire. And you see after a while a steady stream of kobolds returning to this previously sort of semi-empty space. And they look, some of them, utterly bereft, blank-eyed and hopeless and chilled. And you observe that even in the kind of midst of knowing what they must have just found out, some sit down and cry, some start to tell stories, some busy themselves with preparing food and fire, some just lie down and rest. And that there are others that move between the other clusters, the little crowds that gather, offering words of, you can assume, encouragement that you don't speak Draconic, putting hands on shoulders, going through the kobold customs of bringing hands to snouts, communing with one another. And it's as you're watching this that you start to fall asleep. Can you roll me a wisdom save?
That is 12.
You sleep. And you find yourself somewhere familiar and unfamiliar, as is the way of dreams. You don't know if it's a walled city or a cave or a shaded forest or a mountainside plateau. But the sounds of battle arrive at you like the bursting of a storm cloud, and your breath is broken bottles in your throat, and your heart feels like a mallet that is trying to smash its way out of your ribs. And your blood is in your mouth, and the blood of your foes is streaked across your face, and your hair is heavy with sweat that is running down your forehead. You taste the salt of it in your mouth. And you see Eden Eden is fighting. One hand darting out with his rapier. The other is clasped to his side. You see vivid red pushing through, his clenched knuckles seeping down the side of his cloak. And you hear a noise, and it's Derwin screaming out with a hoarse voice, slamming through this shapeless, unidentifiable mass of enemy something trying to reach his brother. He can't get to him. And these enemies climb on his back, and his armor is obscured and his skin is obscured, and you see him sink, and you look to your left and right, and Kellen is there, and Kylen is there, and they're both struck dumb with terror. They're stilled by the panic of it all. And as you hear your brother's cries, those sounds turn into something else. And you look down at your hands. You have your grown weird dagger in one hand, your Aoife and sword in another, and they turn to dust. And you hear, as clear as the ringing of a bell, your own voice in your head. There is still so much that frightens me. And that's where we'll end our session. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for episode 39 of our adventures in the world of Reliquia. Much to unpack. Much to chat about. Much to chat about. We're going to go and chat and unpack immediately. We're going to do our by now. I mean, if you don't know what action surge is by now,
then you've chosen not to watch it.
Then then you're coming in at a really strange point, and everything that's happened up to this point will be meaningless. I promise. If this is your first ep, if you'd watched from the beginning, the sacrifice of themself would have had much greater narrative impact.
As with the death of Carl.
As with the death of Carl. So we are going to go and have a little chat about that. And you can see us unpack this particular meat package next, like for something beautiful in a butcher shop window. You can see us unpack it next week, unless you are a member of our Patreon, in which case you can watch it right now. You can go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/natural6.
Please go to our Patreon.
And you can support us in making this show. And in keeping the lights on at Natural 6 Towers. Whether you do that or whether you are back next week to watch Action Surge, thank you so much for being part of this story and our adventure, and we will see you very soon for more adventures in the world of Reliquia. Bye, everybody!
Bye.